Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'll be giving you my review of TNA's Victory Road pay-per-view event, or TNA monthly special event, from Friday, September 26, 2025, hailing from the Expo Center in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, which means that I was fortunate enough to attend this show live. I just got back. It is nearly midnight as I record this, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, okay? I may have pre-gamed a little bit before I went and then had a few drinks there. So I'm feeling pretty good right now. So I'm ready to talk about the show, man. So let's get right into this, man. To start things off though, I will say I do think the card looked pretty underwhelming on paper going to the event itself. I really wasn't looking forward there, like, no TNA World Title match, no TNA World Tag Team Title match. The Knockouts title match got scrapped because Masha Slamovich decided to be a piece of shit to her ex boyfriend. So thanks for that, Masha. So yeah, man, I was really worried. The standards were low going into this event as I went there, to be honest. And I don't really have a WWE shirt. I just have a lot of AEW shirts. I didn't really know what to wear to the event, so I just wore this the Toronto Blue Jays shirt because this team is fucking going. They're winning it, bro. I don't care how bad the bullpen looks, bro. This offense will carry us. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will carry us to a fucking a World Series win, bro. Just trust me that. George Springer, Bo Bichette, they'll all help, bro. Alejandro Kirk is the fucking man, dude. So we'll get there, man. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Let's get right into the show itself. Because I was there in person, I will talk about some of the countdown matches that were going on here. So we start the night off with Cedric Alexander versus Trey Miguel versus Zachary Wentz in a triple threat match. I can't remember if this is for like a number one contendership or something or not, but this match was happening, dude. Like, like this match is cool. Shit. Like I said, this is one of the better looking matches on the card itself. I praised it in like one of my favorite matches videos, but I was excited, looking forward to this match. They started the match with the whole like DX, like the whole Survivor Series 2009 DX John Cena match where Trey Miguel super kicks Zachary Wentz out of the match to begin it, which is super fucking cool callback. The right thing to do when you have two partners in a triple threat match. But yeah, this match was awesome. This match was pretty cool, man, in person. It was a good starter to the show, really. There's a lot of cool moves being done here. All the guys look great. They all did some super cool shit here. But in the end, it was Zachary Wentz that was able to get the win here. Pretty fine opener. Pretty decent stuff here going on here. I like this match a lot. If you like that description of the match, you're in for a treat here tonight. Up next, we had first Klaus Penthouse, hosted by AJ Francis with Matt Hardy. So AJ Francis is a guy, he's fine. He's a good talker. He's talking about his Houston Texas jacket and how he was there for Monday Night Football. When the Texans lost to the Falcons, they're 0-3 as a team. They're looking shitty. They're not gonna win. They're not gonna make it to the playoffs, and the Seahawks are gonna fucking absolutely smoke these guys when they face off. So, he's talking about whatever. But then, dude, oh my god, then this guy takes off his jacket and he reveals the fucking Florida Panthers shirt. And as an Oilers fan, dude, First of all, I absolutely just start seeing red whenever I see that logo, bro. It brings me such anger, like such visceral hatred for the guy. But second of all, dude, this is like the second wrestling show I've attended where somebody was wearing the fucking Florida Panthers jersey or their logo, and it's like, is this all we are to the rest of the world, dude? Is this really all we are? This is just like, we're just like, this is all I see is like a guy as a city with a hockey team that has some passionate fans but just can't win, just a bunch of losers. And like, this is how they garner cheap heat. Every single time we go to the city, we have to garner cheap heat by wearing a Florida Panthers jersey. I swear to God, they didn't go to any other city, nobody wears like an opposing like team's jersey or something. It's only when they come to Edmonton, dude. So is this really how we're perceived by the rest of the world, man? Like, this is fucked up, dude. We gotta win this fucking. We gotta sign McDavid, and then we're gonna have to fucking win this Stanley Cup, bro. I swear to God, man. But anyway, like I said, AJ Francis is fine. He talks about some random stuff. He has an album coming out. Has Bun B on as a feature. That's pretty crazy. But then Matt Hardy comes out. One half of the tag team champions. And I wonder where the other half is. You know, where's Jeff Hardy, dude? Where's Jeff Hardy? Oh, oh, he can't come into the country because of his multiple DUI arrests. Oh, that's crazy, dude. Like, you know what's crazy is they're gonna film like the next. Like they're gonna film the TV tapings for the next 2 weeks before Bound for Glory, right? And I'm gonna be at those tapings, right? But they're gonna have to do like. But Jeff Hardy literally cannot be here for those tapings, in the arena, right? So to build up for this match with Team 3D versus the Hardys, and their big match, Jeff Hardy literally cannot be there in person, which is fucking crazy that you would choose this city to be like the tapings for their final build up before Bound for Glory. It's insane, dude. I don't know why they would do that. Because Jeff Hardy literally can't be here. He literally cannot be here. I don't know why you would do that, but anyways, you know, it's standard promo shit. You know, Matt Hardy comes out. It's more like a confrontation, like guest appearance than anything. It's not a real talk show at all. You know, they brawl for a little bit. AJ Francis puts Matt Hardy through the table, and you know that's how it ends. The segment ends anyway, so good for AJ Francis, I guess. But we're getting more developments as it goes on. Up next, though, the System come out, still on the Countdown show. I'm like, unannounced, right? I'm like, oh, okay, it's the System. I love Eddie Edwards. I get to see Brian Myers, Kurt Hawkins, and Fandango. That's pretty cool. I'm trying to remember. I think I saw Fandango once before. He was on a 2014 house show in Edmonton that took place, and this is my second time seeing him. But they come out here basically saying, like, you know, we want to fight Order 4 because Moose is fighting Mustafa Ali. So they're talking about how they want to fight Order 4 later. And, you know, Santino, Director of Authority, comes out and he says, you want a match with Order 4? Well, you got it. And it's going to happen right now. So we get that match. It's the System of Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, and Dirty Dango, I can't remember his name in TNA, taking on Jason Hotch, John Skyler, and Agent Zero in his debut match. This is Agent Zero's debut match. You know that? Holy shit, some big stakes here, boys. Yeah, this match sucks. And this is the most house show ass match I've ever seen in my entire life. It's literally 5 minutes long. Any 6-man tag that's under 5 minutes should just not even happen, dude. Like, every 6-man tag should at least go 10. And, you know, it's just Agent Zero starting out, building all this heat, and then just tagging into someone else. Like, I think it was John Skyler tagged in. And then it gets a bit more even, and then Dirty Dango gets the hot tag, so he comes in, along with Jason Hotch, and then he just beats up on Jason Hotch forever until he gets the pinfall. Whatever, it was fine. It went 5 minutes, dude. Like, it was like a house show ass match. It doesn't matter. It was at this point after that match, because it wrapped up so finished, I went to go get my first drink of the night, or my second technically. And when I come back, Ash by Elegance is making her way to the ring. I didn't hear anything of what the Director of Authority, Santino Morales, said to open up this show. I didn't hear any of that. So I come back and I'm like, oh, Ash by Elegance is making her way to the ring. I wonder if she's going to talk more about, like, you know, the circumstances around Masha Slamovich and kind of give us, like, some words of encouragement for the Knockouts division, you know, like how strong of a locker room it is back there. And apparently I was wrong, because apparently Ash by Elegance has been suffering from at this point we don't know, but some sort of injury that's going to keep her from competing. So she's been forced to vacate the TNA Knockouts World Championship. And, man, like, I'm in no state to give, like, a recap of Dana Brooke's entire career, but I will say, man, she was, like, when she first came up in, like, 2016 WWE, she was getting shat on, like, consistently, dude. They were like, wow, this woman is not ready for the main roster. But, you know, over time, she started to build herself up a little bit, and she never really got a huge spotlight after she broke away from Charlotte. I most remember her for her matches on Main Event against Sarah Logan, which had some really cool standout moments, which, you know, 2019 Main Event was actually almost worth watching. And a big part of that was because of Dana Brooke and Sarah Logan. But, you know, she did something with the 24/7 title, you know, it wasn't really anything too special, and then she left, and then she's here as Ash by Elegance, one of the weirdest names for a wrestler I've ever heard in my life. But then she wins the Knockouts title, and 34 days later, she has to relinquish it due to injuries. That's very tough. Hopefully this isn't like a retirement and she is just a lingering just an injury that she can come back from. But basically, Santino Marella declares that tonight will be a battle royal between all the knockouts, and the winner of the final two, will face off in a match later tonight. A very Vince Russo-ass match here we have here. So we get that match right now, and I'm thinking, whoa, dude, it's gonna be Indy Hartwell and Danny Luna as the final two, and then we're gonna get to have the match, and hopefully Danny Luna will be able to become the Knockouts champion. You know, I don't follow TNA a lot, but one storyline I've been following is Danny Luna's heel turn, and I've been waiting for her to become TNA Knockouts champion forever. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm actually gonna get this opportunity, and it's gonna happen. I'm gonna be here for it. I'm super excited. And then the Knockouts come out, and it's just like there's 10 of them. There's literally 10 of them in this battle royal, and Danny Luna is one. But I'm looking in the amount that there are, and I don't see Indy Hartwell. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? This is weird. Maybe she'll still be she'll still be involved in some way. Maybe she's just not here tonight. But after the match, I'm getting ahead of myself. But after the match, it's announced that Indy Hartwell will be the special guest referee between the knockouts for the vacant knockout championship match tonight. And I'm like, why would you not just have her in the match? But if you're going to do this, that means Danny Luna's going to be in the final two, and she's going to win, and Indy Hartwell's going to have to count the pin, and then it's going to be Danny Luna versus Indy Hartwell at Bound for Glory for the Knockout Championship. I'm like, gas, right? Tell me why Danny Luna gets eliminated like 5th. Are you serious? Are you fucking kidding me? You just throw her out of the battle royal like it's nothing? That was the most compelling knockout storyline this entire fucking roster, dude. Are you serious? So you know who the final two actually are? It's I only know her by Xia Li, but it's where did I write it down? What the fuck? Lei. Oh my god, I can't say this now. Lei Ying Li and Kalani Jordan. First of all, I swear to God, they did not announce who was actually in this battle royal. Over the ring announcer didn't. So I had no idea who was actually in this thing. I thought that was Xia Brookside who actually won this match. I thought it was like tag team partners going at it, but it was actually Kalani Jordan. So I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know that until she announced it. But I'm just questioning it. You know, I'm just like, why would you not give Danny Luna this chance to break out? Why would you not pivot the story to giving Danny Luna a chance, dude? She's literally the best knockout on this roster now that Masha Slamovich has been, suspended, basically. It should have been Danny Luna in this spot, but whatever. They seem happy. They share respect. I'm gonna call her Xia Li, bro. That's what I know her as. I'm sorry. I can't remember Lei Ying Li. I'm not on the state. But it's Xia Li versus Kalani Jordan for the Knockouts Women's Championship with Indy Hartwell as a special guest referee later on in the show. Up next, Matt Cardona and the Hometown Man versus the Nemeths. Dude, it's cool, man. I got to see Dolph Ziggler and Zack Ryder go at it. That's cool. Why was this match on the show? This was literally only on the show just to give the Hometown Man a spot to shine, because he came out with the Oilers jersey. He came out with the Stingers mascot, who plays in the Expo Center. So I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Obviously came out with the Oilers jersey. That's gas as well. This match was literally nothing to write home about, man. It was just fine. It was okay. I almost remember nothing from this match, to tell you the truth, but in the end, it was Cardona holding back Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler, and then the Hometown Man getting the roll-up win on Ryan Nemeth to get the win here. So, okay, they get the win here. But then after, the Nemeths beat up Cardona and the Hometown Man, and they take his fucking mask, dude. How could you do such a thing? How could you do that, bro? I was fucking pissed, dude. I was like, how... No, you can't. I can't know that this man is actually Cody Deaner, bro. You can't do this to me. And so far in this entire event, I swear to God, none of the faces have won so far. All the faces have been fucked on. Matt Hardy got put through a table. The System won, whoop-de-doo. Danny Luna did not win the Battle Royal, and the Nemesis get away with all the heat, bro. Like at this point, I'm pissed. This is fucked up, man. And now, up next, I gotta sit through a Ridge Holland match. Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? This is fucked up. I can't do this here. But it's okay, because Mike Santana, his opponent, has like the best entrance of the night, dude. This guy comes in. Dude, Jey Uso wishes he was this cool, dude. He fucking wishes he was this cool, man, because he comes in, Mike Santana comes in, he's talking to Edmonton, he has the mic, he's in the fucking back in the expo center, like, where you go buy your beers. I'm like, fuck, bro, I should have bought a beer while it was just happening so I could be in the background of this fucking, like, promo that he's cutting, talking about how he's gonna kick Ridge Holland's fucking ass, dude. But he walks in, he walks in across from where I'm sitting, so I'm watching him go through the entire audience. It's fucking dope, dude. It's sick as hell. I love Mike Santana, bro. He's, like, legitimately probably, like, one of the best wrestlers on this entire roster, dude. He has such good fucking matches, dude. It's insane. It's insane the growth he's had as a character, like, from TNA. It was just something I never expected to be, but like you just watch him, you're like, wow, this guy's fucking awesome, dude. And here he is getting to wrestle this fucking jabroni, man, Ridge Holland, with like his fucking head taped up. I don't even know why his head was taped up. I didn't watch the last fucking TNA Impact episode to see why his head was taped up. I just saw his head was taped up. I'm like, all right. Anyway, we have Mike Santana versus Ridge Holland. This match was fine. This match was pretty good. There were some good spots here and there throughout that kept you intrigued, invested. I'll be honest, like, in person, it was a lot better, because, like, I love Mike Santana, and I fucking hate Ridge Holland, dude. I'm fucking cheering for everything Santana does. I'm booing everything Holland does. You know, Holland had a pretty good counter here. Santana was diving through the ropes, bro. I was super, super invested in this match because of that. So yeah, the match came out better in when you're in attendance than it probably did on screen. On screen is probably like a 3-star match, if that. But in person, this was fucking awesome because I love Mike Santana. He's one of my favorites in TNA right now. But he's able to catch Ridge Holland with his what's his finishing move called? Oh, it's the clothesline. It's a clothesline lariat. It's super cool. But he's able to get the win with that. Put Ridge Holland away, and then motherfucker, dude, the TNA World Champions Trick Williams music plays after the match, and Trick Williams comes in, beats the shit out of Mike Santana, all, you know, building towards their match at Bound for Glory. Dude, you have your world champ TNA. You have your world champion. He's here. He's at the show. You don't have him defend the title, but you have him do a post-match run-in. Are we serious? I want to see this guy wrestle. I want to see the belts on the line. What are you guys doing? What? I want to see this guy in the main event. What are you? He just gets a post-match run-in? I know you already have your match planned for Bound for Glory, but like, what the fuck? Why is this all I get to see from Trick Williams tonight? Anyway, I'm sure we'll see more. Like, he'll be at the TNA tapings tomorrow, so we'll see more. We'll probably get a nice promo battle between the two. But mark my fucking words, Mike Santana should win at Bound for Glory. I swear to God, like, you know, they missed the mark with Joe Henry. If they fucking miss the mark with Mike Santana, I'm boycotting. I'm boycotting this show. I don't care. I don't care that it's I don't care. I'm not watching the show if Mike Santana does not win at Bound for Glory. I don't care. Anyway, that match was fine. Moving on, Mustafa Ali versus Moose. I'll be honest, again, the start of this match, I didn't really care for it. So I decided at the start of this match, like, now's another time to get another drink. So I went and get another drink. And then I come back, right? They're doing some in-ring stuff. And I'm watching it. And I'm, like, sitting there. I'm just like, why is this? Why are they low-key cooking? Like, why is this low-key? Okay, genuinely, why is this low-key a good match? Why is this, like, match quality better than the average Moose match? Because Moose, like, when you watch a Moose match, you're not watching it for, like, the in-ring technical ability of Moose. You're watching because he's gonna do some cool shit, because he's a big, strong guy who will just, like, you know, do a cool move on the outside of the ring and just, like, slam a guy on, like, the apron or the floor or some shit, or on the steel steps or some shit. That's all you watch a Moose match for, right? You don't watch it for, like, the actual in-ring stuff, right? Tell me why, like, the fucking kickouts and the near falls were low-key fucking good, dude. It has to be just because Mustafa Ali is low-key fucking good, dude. By the way, I also came in when I came back to my seat. I see these 3 women just fucking on the stage. I'm like, who the fuck are these women? I literally know nothing about them up until like the end. But yeah, this match is low key good, dude. This match is low key good because towards the end, you know, they have some good false near finishes here. Like the match pacing it's back and forth, good fucking, you know, division. It's competitive. Towards the end, Moose has that big, you know, backdrop from Mustafa Ali onto the stairs, which is, you know, the spot you wait for in a Moose match. So that's really cool. And then yeah, in the end, it was Mustafa Ali. I didn't know this going down in the moment, but it was Mustafa Ali and Tasha Steelz, who pretended to be one of the women in the fucking, you know, like in her entrance. Because the way it was that Order 4 and the System were banned from ringside. So Tasha Steelz snuck her way into this match and low-blowed Moose when the other girls had Moose and the ref distracted, right? So Tasha Steelz came in, low-blowed Moose, and got out of there. And then Mustafa Ali hit the 450 for the win. So, you know, pretty sneaky stuff. Kind of, you know, high IQ plays. Like, I kind of like it. I thought the ref would have just been like, hey, what the fuck? You're not supposed to be here. Restart the match. But no, it was just an easy win for Mustafa Ali. But this was a good match. I actually kind of rate this match. This kept me invested while I was sitting down. This is pretty cool. Up next, Joe Henry versus Eric Young. Eric Young is actually one of the more intriguing characters in TNA at this point. You know, his whole the cleanse that's coming. It's interesting. It's always cool how Eric Young is able to keep just reinventing himself, and keep himself as one of the more fresher angles, despite, you know, like, you know, he's been in the company for like forever, dude. He's been like a TNA mainstay forever, so it's cool to see him just be like, still continue to be one of the more interesting characters on the show. Joe Henry, now, funny enough, during the Knockouts Battle Royal earlier, they showed Joe Henry being attacked backstage. And when I saw that, I was like, there's no fucking way they cancel this match. There's no way. Lo and behold, they did not. Joe Henry, first of all, actually, Eric Young comes out, cuts a promo, and I did not expect Eric Young, the kind of character that he's playing right now, to just draw cheap heat, talking about how the cities know nothing but losers. Like, cause first of all, motherfucker, you are Canadian. You were cheering for us when we were going for that fucking Stanley Cup because your shitty-ass Maple Leafs, because I know you're born in Ontario, your shitty-ass Maple Leafs were not making the fucking final because they were losing to the Panthers, because Austin Matthews cannot play fucking shit in the postseason, alright? So fuck you, first of all. Second of all, why are you going to cheap heat when you have such an intriguing character? When you're trying to cleanse the entire division? When you got rid of Judas Icarus and Travis Williams? Like, why are you lowering yourself to cheap heat, dude? Come on. Anyway, Joe Henry, he says to say goodbye to Joe Henry, and of course, if you say his name, he will appear. Joe Henry comes out, no fucking around, dude. He runs to the ring, he starts beating the shit out of Eric Young, and you literally cannot make me hate Joe Henry, dude. You can't. I was literally 13 years old, watching WCPW, What Culture Pro Wrestling in 2016, watching Joe Henry do his Adele spoof and he become the world champion, part of the Prestige, dude. I was there. I was day one on Joe fucking Henry, dude. And now here he is, former TNA champ. I get to see him in person, dude. I get to be part of the entrance, dude. I was like, this is my guy, bro. He's beating the meme wrestler. He's beating the meme gimmick. What's it called? Allegations. He's beating the meme wrestler allegations. I fucking promise you, right? Just listen to me on anything. He's beating the meme wrestler allegations. This guy is fucking sick. This guy's goated. His gimmick is super interesting and creative and something we have not seen in the wrestling business before. Perfect for this era. It's just awesome, dude. This match is not really, though. I think this match is just pretty standard stuff here. I think it's just kind of TV level match. You know, they're just building a lot of heat towards Joe Henry. Eric Young has a lot of control throughout this entire match, but Joe Henry is able to get the comeback win, come back a little bit here. And then towards the end, it's the former Northern Armory of Judas Icarus and Travis Williams coming out here to make the distraction. I think they kind of fucked up this finish a little bit because the way it ends is that, so Travis Williams comes out to distract the referee, right? And then Judas Icarus, I think, throws in a chair. into the ring, but then Travis Williams gets down, and so the referee's not distracted as Joe Henry picks up Eric Young and hits his finisher on the chair in full view of the ref, right? And so the ref just straight up does not care that he hit his finisher on the chair. He counts the 3, and then after the match, when Joe Henry's won, Eric Young rolls over, reveals the chair, and the ref's just like, what happened? What happened? He just sees the chair. So like, I don't know. I think Travis Williams was supposed to distract the ref for a little bit more until after he hit the move, but I guess not, man. I guess the ref just kind of hates Eric Young. Rightly so, you know. Eric Young's been hitting referees. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I just wasn't fucking thinking deep enough about the story and how the ref just wanted to see Eric Young fail because he beat up on them earlier in TV taping. So maybe that was a 5-headed play by the ref. Who knows? But the match was alright. Up next is a special match that we did not get announced until the show started. It's Matt Hardy versus AJ Francis in a tables match. Kind of like a teaser for what we're going to get at Bound for Glory when the Hardys face the Team 3D / the Dudley Boys in a tables match for the TNA Tag Team Championships. Again, match was fucking nothing, dude. I was just kind of like, I was just sitting in my seat. I can't lie. I wasn't really biting on much stuff. The match was fine. Again, I like AJ Francis. I think the role he plays now, he's super, super good at, and it's a role that needs to be filled. You know, just a guy that can come off as super annoying to the fans, and you know, he still performed pretty well in the ring. He's actually pretty decent at promos now. I will say, I will give him his props. He's pretty decent at promos and being able to draw heat. Even during the matches themselves, he's able to draw pretty good heat. So I'll give AJ Francis his credit. He's really, really improved over his time since, you know, he debuted on NXT. But yeah, this match wasn't really nothing special. Matt Hardy won with a leg drop from the top rope to the outside through a table. Looked pretty cool. I was pretty gassed for it. Yeah, that was pretty much it, dude. That was it. I don't have much to say about that match after that. It was fine. Up next, finally we get the Knockouts Championship match between Kalani Jordan versus Xia Li. Lee, I want to say Lee, but it's Lei Ying Lee. I don't know why that's just so difficult for me to pronounce at this time. Probably because I've had a lot to drink, but that's fine. Kalani Jordan versus Lei Ying Lee for the vacant Knockouts Championship, with Indy Hartwell as a special guest referee. Indy Hartwell is in like ring gear, but it's referee gear. I don't know why. That always just kind of throws me off and makes it feel like 2K14. You know, when you can have the special guest referees and then just be in their ring gear. So that was a bit weird. But, you know, this match was, again, it was fine. I can't lie. I cannot lie. I really had to piss before this match started, but I did not want to miss this. So I was just kind of sitting there waiting for this match to end. But even then, it was a fine match. Obviously, it was all kind of like impromptu. So they kind of had to just, like, you know, they spent the rest of this card from the Battle Royal just coming up with spots, trying to put together a match. And it came out pretty decently, especially for a TNA standards. Lei Ying Lee is pretty quick and agile and is a pretty impressive performer. Kalani Jordan, it's actually pretty cool to see Kalani Jordan wrestle. I think she is one of the better NXT women's wrestlers. So I do think she is deserving of a spot like this, and a chance to become TNA Knockouts champion is pretty cool for her, especially because in the end, it was Kalani Jordan that would end up winning this match and becoming the new TNA Knockouts champion. You know, super good for her, man. You know, I can't lie, I thought she was a heel before going in the show, but she turned out to be super baby-faced over here. There wasn't really that many spots that I really bid on. I wasn't like feeling too crazy about some of these, but I wasn't too crazy about this match in general, honestly. But I do think this match was good. I do think it was fine. I mean, it was fine. Kalani Jordan winning was fine, so now it's going to be her versus Indy Hartwell at Bound for Glory, which really doesn't have that much heat going into it because it's babyface versus babyface. But you know, just because, you know, the way that plans change, okay, I'm sorry. It should have been Daniel Luna. I'm sorry. It should have been Daniel Luna, dude. It should have. That would have had way more heat going into it versus Bound for Glory. Imagine Indy Hartwell. I'm literally imagining Indy Hartwell having to pin make the 3 count for Danny Luna to win the Knockouts Championship, dude. It would have been fire. And then she gets the challenge for it at Bound for Glory. Like, what are we doing? Just give Danny Luna the belt. Oh, she's gonna win the belt, dude. She will. She'll be champion one day. But first, it's Kalani Jordan's time. Very good win for her. Very happy for her. She's a very good wrestler. I like Kalani Jordan a lot, and I like Lei Ying Lee a lot as well. So it was a fine match. 15 minutes, it was fine. Co-main event time. Steve Macklin defending his international championship, TNA International Championship against Frankie Kazarian. This got announced pretty late, but I forgot to mention in the pre-show that Steve Macklin was getting interviewed, and then his interview was interrupted by a person. And as I was sitting there, I was looking at this guy that interrupted Steve Macklin's interview, and I was like, is that fucking Judas Macias? Like, I look on Twitter, and yeah, it was. His name is El Macias from AAA. So they got like this big TNA, AAA, and WWE NXT all have like this big intermingling of like, you know, talent looking at each other, trying to start fuse with each other. And this is one of them. Low-key super cool to see fucking Judas Macias here. Like, I remember that guy from his Abyss matches and his barbed wire death matches with him. I remember that. And Loki got a pop out of me. But anyway, in terms of this match, I really, really like Steve Macklin. I think he was a guy that was always, you know, given the short stick in WWE, and to an extent given the short stick in TNA. I think he should have been TNA X Division champion. I think he should have been world champion a lot longer than he actually was. But it's nice to see him get like some time as the international champion, the inaugural international champion that he's held for some time now. So that's nice. I think he deserves that for sure. This match with Frankie Kazarian was good. I was definitely very invested in it because it's also really cool. And I didn't say this earlier, but it's very cool to see Frankie Kazarian wrestle in person. I've never gotten the chance to be able to see that. So seeing this guy, this fucking insane veteran, you know, he's coming up on like almost 25 years in the business, dude. He's so smart. He knows so much about wrestling, and he cares so much about the product, the business, like, and the promotion of TNA, that it's just so cool to see like a true legend like Frankie Kazarian wrestle. It's almost like an honor, you know. Like I have so much respect for Frankie Kazarian and everything he's done for the industry as a whole. So it's super, super cool to see him wrestle. And yeah, this match was cool. Like, it kept me invested. I was intrigued by everything. I was biting on some of the false finishes. I was getting excited for the finisher attempts. You know, Steve Macklin's spear into the corner is super awesome. But it was a super solid match. You know, everything looked super crisp here. You know, they didn't really mess too much up, and when they did, they flowed pretty well. They were able to recover from it pretty well. But in the end, it was El Macias coming down to the ring to really distract Steve Macklin. And then as he got back in the ring, Kazarian kicked the ropes up and hit, and was able to pull. He made Macklin do like a springboard almost into a cutter. And Frankie Kazarian is your new international champion. I got to see Frankie Kazarian win a new title in his career. Holy shit, that's fucking cool. I wasn't even mad. I was just like, whoa, they actually did a title change here. I genuinely, like, before the vacant women's title, like the vacant knockouts title match, I've never seen like an actual title change go down from any promotion that I've watched ever. So to see it happen here, I was like, yo, that's fucking sick. And, you know, for a guy like Frankie Kazarian, who's been in the business a long ass time, super, super cool to see, man. I felt super. I was like, wow, that's special, dude. So I really like that outcome. I actually really like that for Frankie Kazarian. And then, yeah, Steve Macklin obviously is one of my favorites. So it was a fine match. It was a good match. I was very interested in this, and it was a good enough match. I don't know how these matches come across broadcast wise, if this was good, but, you know, cheering on Steve Macklin, I was pretty intrigued by it. Finally, we get to our main event. And before going to the show, I actually had no idea what the main event was going to be. And it turns out they actually chose the right match for it, because this was clearly the best, like, was going to be the best match like just on paper, this was the best match. So I'm glad they chose this for the main event. It's Leon Slater defending his X Division Championship against Myron Reed. Obviously, I've been singing the praises of Leon Slater a lot. I don't know if I have on this channel yet, but I really, really rate Leon Slater. He is, the fact that he's so young. I think he's only like he's younger than me, which is like fucking hell. But he's super awesome. He's the youngest ever X Division champion. He's defending this guy Myron Reed. And if you watched MLW in their prime, like the 2018, 2019, even 2020 days, you'll know that Myron Reed is one of the best high flyers in the business today. So to be able to watch this match, okay, listen, it's the main event. Couple drinks in, I'm fucking locked in for this match, dude. I am so excited for this match. I didn't know Myron has like connection with the Rascals, so he comes out to the Rascals theme, and he has them with him. So when they come out, and I haven't said this on my channel yet, but I think it's super cool how Leon Slater's theme uses the same sample as A$AP Rocky's Ghetto Symphony. So I popped really heavily for his entrance. I love that entrance a lot. And yeah, this match was easily the best match of the night. I think it was a solid, 4-star, 4.25 star match quality. I kind of wish they gave it a bit more time. This was not, in fact, the longest match of the night. I would have made this the longest match of the night. I think this should have been the longest match of the night, but it wasn't. Still, though, they did a lot of fantastic stuff, man. This was still the best match of the night, dude. Leon Slater hit this crazy, like, Montez Ford-esque dive over, like, to the outside over the turnbuckles to Myron Reed. Myron Reed is super crisp and super accurate with his strikes and his moves. They had the spot where they did, like, the suplex from the ring to the outside and kept it in. And then as Leon Slater goes for the suplex again, Myron Reed turns it into a cutter, which it just fucking looked amazing, dude. That spot was awesome. Back into the ring, Myron Reed ducks a kick from Leon Slater. He kips back up into a cutter, and I was just like, holy fuck, dude. This guy's awesome, man. But in the end, it was Leon Slater with the Swanton Senton. I don't know what he calls the move exactly, but it was a Swanton Senton. No, it's not Swanton Senton. I'm stupid. It was like the Swanton, like, 450. He, like, does a Swanton, but then still gets a 450 rotation, which is fucking nuts, by the way. The fact he's able to do that is insane. But that was enough to get him the win and retain his X Division Championship. And then after that match, Santino Marella comes out and announces that at Bound for Glory, it will be Leon Slater defending his X Division Championship against Javon fucking Evans. What? Are you serious? That's literally going to be like the best X Division title match they've had in years, dude. Like, I am so excited for that match. The whole build up for Bound for Glory actually looks really great. You got that, you got Hardy's and Team 3D one last time. You got hopefully Mike Santana winning the championship, the world championship. And then you got Javon Evans versus Leon Slater for the X Division title. Bound for Glory looks fucking amazing right now, dude. But yeah, that was the main event, and that was Victory Road. I gotta be honest with you, the show was alright. It exceeded expectations for sure. I think. I was quite surprised. It was cool to see some title changes. Being from Edmonton, not a lot of title changes happen here, so that was cool to see. I was pleasantly surprised when Mustafa Ali versus Moose. I had fun cheering for Mike Santana. Kalani Jordan versus Lei Ying Lee was pretty decent. Frankie Kazarian versus Steve Macklin was pretty good. And then the main event was absolutely what it should have been. So I was pleasantly surprised by the show. Nothing was overall bad. There was nothing bad about the show. And even what was considered like below average was just, due to poor circumstance, the Battle Royal had 10 women, and I was just like, it sucks, but it was just those circumstances. It clearly was just them taking all the knockouts they had for tomorrow's television tapings and being like, shit, we need to fucking do a quick Battle Royal, because the Battle Royal was not long at all either, but yeah, for what they had, it was good. Probably the worst match of the night was probably Matt Cardona, hometown man versus the Nemesis. That really didn't need to happen, I don't think. They just kind of did it for the hometown man, pop, which makes sense, I guess. But yeah, man, this show was surprisingly decent. That's my opinion on it. Okay. So looking looking how much time I record, I've spent 40 minutes talking about the show. Ain't no fucking way someone's gonna watch this entire thing. A 40-minute review on TNA on a TNA Plus monthly special. But if you did make it this far, thank you so much. I very much value your time. I'm glad you made it this far. You know, the YouTube channel's seen a slow but steady amount of growth, which I'm really happy about. I don't think this video will probably do as much, but I'm very happy to see I'm slowly building an audience here, and the YouTube channel is, you know, it's still on an upward trajectory. So I'm really happy to see that. I shouldn't. Never mind. I need to go to bed, dude. Here is a playlist of all my other reactions and reviews of wrestling pay-per-views, including the All Out from AEW and the WWE WrestlePalooza. Here's a video that YouTube thinks you will like a lot. It's literally best view. It's literally best for viewer if you're watching it this far, so you should watch it. Here is the subscribe, so you should subscribe if you like this content. You want to see more from me. Be sure to leave your comments down below what you thought of the show, what you thought of this review, if you missed out on anything, what your opinions are. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you want to see more from me. But that is going to do it from me. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.